Hello and welcome. My name is Jordana Daytona, and welcome to my little yoga class YouTube channel. Today, I was really inspired from my luteal phase of feeling a lot of feelings of angst, of worry, of doubt, of frustration, of shame, just like all of these things that come up for me in my personal experience leading up to my bleed, like my premenstrual week or 10 days, if you will. So this is really inspired to create flow and movement within that energy system, within our chi, and to help find some regulation and internal support. So we're going to move through some restorative, more yin type postures. We're going to hold a little bit and lean into our breath and find a comfortable edge, not where you're finding pain, but more just a different sensation, a different edge. And then we're also going to lean into more movement, flow, and fluidity to help get things flowing through our lymphatic system where we need that extra drainage and support through our menstrual cycle. So if you're ready, this doesn't just have to be for anybody who was like premenstrual or ready for that phase. It's just, I'm letting you know what I was inspired by. It's going to be a nice mix of movement, of flow, of relaxation. And you are joining me here today from Treaty 6 at a beautiful lake here in Saskatchewan and just enjoying these nature vibes. I know the lighting will be a little bit hard to see me, but I hope you're able to listen to my voice, trust the process of what it just feels like in your body and not so much like what I look like on the screen. Yoga is that practice where really dive in to oneself. So focus on your sensations. Let me be the guide. Everything I say is just a suggestion, not a command. So basically you need your mat, maybe a couple props, some water nearby, and an open mind and an open heart. When you're ready, we'll just begin in a really gentle child's pose. You can lay flat on your mat on your back if that is more comfortable for you to begin your practice. Excuse me while I take a drink. And when you're ready, let's begin. I'm going to take my knees wide, big toes to touch. Let the abdomen and the pelvis, the lungs and the heart just relax and find some space here. You might inhale, really expand with your abdomen, ribs, chest. Pausing, maybe take a sip more. And then as you exhale, really letting it fall out. Abdomen, ribs, chest. Perhaps here on these next few breaths, really focusing what it feels like in your back body here. Maybe creating a pillow for your forehead or reaching your arms out long. Creating space between your shoulder blades, your spine, your neck, and your ears. Finding each breath with a little bit more expansion, perhaps a little bit more space. Beautiful. If you wish to here, let's take a nice big cleansing breath. So let's breathe in through our nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Let a sigh attach to it. Just kind of let it go. I encourage you here on this next one here, if it feels good, maybe tense your body, frown your face, or really breathe a sigh in for the day, for the week, for the year, the month, whatever maybe perhaps frustrations or tensions you're feeling surface. I want you to inhale, like grit your teeth, bring it to the surface here. And then as you exhale, I really want you to soften even deeper on a cellular level. Taking a few more of those, whatever you need to release that tension as you inhale, perhaps tensioning or clenching or feeling that your toes, your glutes, whatever it is. Inhale and then exhale. Softness, stillness, presence. Time for me. Time to connect. Time to unravel. As many breaths as you need to here to do that, to feel a little bit more present. If you jaws breath is in your practice, you might start to breathe that in here, or you might start to incorporate it. So I'd inhale in through your nose, exhale out through your nose. Inhale, perhaps you're going to invite a little bit of constriction in the back of your throat. stimulating within our vagus nerve or system response to slow down. Exhale, constriction back at your throat. A few more of those. Inhale. Nice, long, deep exhales. Staying with that Ujjayi's breath, finding a little bit of deep hum sensation in the back of your throat. It's just a beautiful yoga breath to keep you connected, body, mind, and soul, unity. Or just find a breath that feels good and safe in your body. If and when you're ready, your knees might start to feel a little bit in that numbness, or your feet, perhaps tap those feet out if you need. Then when you're ready, placing your hands underneath you, shoulders stacked on elbows, stacked on wrist, hips stacked on knees. You might have those toes tucked or untuck the toes here. Take a couple simple cat-cow. This is really great for nervous system regulation, body reset, energy reset. Inhale, we open. Perhaps you feel or imagine feeling the beautiful sun warmth on your face as your tailbone lifts, your shoulder blades squeeze together. Good. As you exhale, let's arch and round. And drop the head. Navel perhaps comes into spine. Inhale here. Let's expand your heart. Open your abdomen. Tailbone reach up. Good. Maybe gaze looking up. Exhale, arching and rounding. Find a flow that feels good. Inhale, open the abdomen. Exhale, arch and round. If it feels good to you, you might start to kind of move circles or kind of move into this figure eight sensation. Just take a couple breaths here to just flow through that simple cat-cow. Or find some wiggles, some shakes if you need that in your body here. Perfect. On our next inhale here, we're going to find a little bit more activation within our body. So we're going to focus on drawing our navel into our spine. We're going to find this nice core activation. So we're going to tuck our toes, press our hands down. Maybe our fingers are wide. Using all 10 finger palms here. Inhale, knees just lift. Good. Notice how that feels. Exhale, relax down. I want you to take this next breath here. Woo, was that like a little uneasy? Maybe I wasn't activating my core. Really focus. Draw navel into spine here. Push the floor with your hands, with your knees. Inhale, lock that energy in through your abdomen. You got this. Inhale, rise up, holding here. You're breathing. You're here for 4, 3, 2, yeah, relax down. You did great. When you're ready, we're going to move into a little more activation, moving side to side. So right hand plants down, left toe or knee, and perhaps toes plant down. Reaching left hand out, maybe right leg out. That's not quite stable. Plant that left hand down. Inhale, breathe here. Same thing with your abdomen. Maybe push the floor away a little bit more. We're going to pulse down here for 5, 4, 3, 2, holding. Good. Lateral, pull it. So kind of knee towards armpit, elbow towards hip for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's plant that left hand down and then just start to tap that right foot to the edge of your mat, and then perhaps reaching right hand up here. Finding stability on that left leg. Perhaps reaching right arm over, maybe even lifting right foot off the floor. If you want to take it a step further, maybe reach back towards that right foot, getting a big stretch in your front hip. Then if and when you're ready, plant that right hand down, right knee down. Take a moment if you need to. Take a child's pose or lay flat on your mat. Or if you feel ready, let's move to the other side. Planting down right hand. Good. Reset the core. Inhale, draw navel into spine. Exhale. Let's make sure we switch sides. Right hand out. Left leg out. Find stability. Find breath. We're pulsing down here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Holding. Lateral here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold. Plant that right hand down. Flip. Open up to stretch out your left side. Reaching maybe those left fingertips up. Reaching left fingertips over, finding this lateral side stretch within your ribs. Maybe reaching left foot, pointing toes, pointing fingers. Perhaps stretching the other way if you did before. You're breathing. Good. When you're ready, let's relax. Come back. Shake it out in a cat-cow here. If you need to, take a break off those wrists. Maybe you're going to rotate those wrists out. We're going to move into a nice hip opening. I know for me in this cycle, this phase, juicy hip openers to get into my back, my hips feels really great. So we're going to take a down dog, lifting those hips up when you feel ready. I really like to bend my knees these first few down dogs, let my abdomen fall towards my knees. Just kind of walk it out. Wag your tail side to side. Having your hands just a little bit, maybe about shoulder width apart. And fingers are angled slightly towards the top of your mat, pushing into all 10 finger pads here. Inhale. Let's lift that right foot up, three-legged dog. You're going to work out your hip a little bit. Do 3 circles one way with your knee pointed. Maybe 3 circles the other way. Good. And nice, slow, and controlled. Bring that knee in towards your chest. Kind of coming into a high hover of a plank here. Hover that knee in. And then when you're ready, we're going to drop down that right knee towards the right wrist. Perhaps adjusting to have your toes on that right foot pointed towards the front. Maybe this is enough for your pigeon. If you have enough props, maybe you're going to relax into it. Maybe you're going to take, if you have a block, underneath that right hip. Maybe you're going to come right down onto your forearms. We're going to be here for about 30 seconds or 45 seconds. So if you can, close your eyes. I hope that you're feeling the sensation in your hip, not your knee. And just really relax into that hip. Sorry I didn't show you the variation to do on your back. But if this is too much, you can always move out. But if this is feeling juicy, feeling a little bit of a dull ache sensation in that right hip, deepen your breath. Almost envision and feel your breath on a cellular level moving in and out through that tension you're feeling on your right hip. Last 3 breaths. Yeah, perfect. I like to move really slow out of pigeon, my personal thing. You can shoot right back to down dog if that's feeling good to you. I like to just roll right out onto that right hip. It's almost a bit of a deer pose. Take a minute, take a stretch or 2. That feels good, just because I get a lot of numbness down that leg. So just easing into it. You might even take a moment, windshield wiper your hips side to side, and then bring yourself back. I did not bring a blanket to put down, so I got like little bugs and crud everywhere. That's okay. Now we'll move right into the other side. Take a moment, stretch out that right leg first, or maybe just move right into that down dog and walk out your dog here. We're going to take a moment, same thing on the other side. Bend your knees, let that abdomen fall down. Then inhale, left foot up, take big circles. That left knee, warm up that hip. And circles the other way. With conviction in your breath, inhale, then exhale. Tuck that knee in towards your chest. Hover with that high plank. And slowly settle into the earth as you drop that left knee. Almost flex your left toes towards the front of the room. That back foot relaxes. Perhaps you're staying here, settling into a block. slightly moving out if it's a lot of tension in your knee. Or when you found that juicy little sweet spot. Oops. Perhaps you're settling here. All right. Deepen your breath, feeling the sensations soften and relax in your hip. Beautiful. Last 3 breaths on this side. Soften your face. And slowly and mindfully move out into a way that feels good for you. Moving in to a little bit my deer. Then I'll transition over to my down dog. Hope you find a little release and transition that works well for you. All right, friends, this is where the fun happens. Is we're going to stretch this out and flow it out. So find that down dog. Bend deep in those knees. Tailbone finds the sky. Inhale, close your eyes. As you exhale, you soften deep into those hips and those hamstrings. Tailbone lifts. Inhale, open your eyes, look to the top of the mat. Exhale mindfully. Slowly tiptoe your hands and your feet to meet wherever it feels good. Hang out here for a moment in your ragdoll. Let gravity pull you down. Perhaps bend your knees. Let your abdomen be supported. Hands can come into cross arms. Perhaps ragdolling side to side. Beautiful, friends. Release those hands and rise up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Root to rise as we inhale. Our hands reach up above our head. Eyes can stay closed, or you can reach and look up with your eyes. Exhale, hands come to heart center as you close your eyes. Cleanse your breath in through your nose. Out through your mouth, soft. Take a moment here to inhale nice and slow here for 3, 2, hold, inhale, sip, exhale here, nice, slow, deep release. Good, inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, forward, fold, beautiful. Inhale, half lift hands, come above your knees, below your knees, nice flat back. Exhale, we're not going down, but just rooting to rise. Hands come down, bend those knees. Inhale, rising all the way up. Hands to heart center. Good. All right, if you're in the middle of the mat, maybe take a step to the top of your mat here. When you're ready, we're going to take a nice, slow little flow here. So hands come to our heart center. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward, fold. Good. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, let's take our hands either to heart center or right to our hips. Let's inhale. This is going to cause some require some balancing, so find stability in that right ankle. Focus your eyes to a non-moving object, your drishti. Inhale, lift that left foot up, almost just like tuck it in. Then exhale, almost find a warrior 3. Look at you go. And then step back onto those toes. So left toes, you're high on that ankle here. If that's too much for your ankle, plant that foot at a 45. We're only here for a few breaths, so if you can, you're going to find some activation within your hips, your hamstrings, your front hip flexor. Inhale. I want you to take a moment. Inhale, your chest proud, your abdomen strong. Then inhale, your hands rise up above your head. Beautiful high crescent lunge here. Inhale. Then exhale, pivot, open warrior 2. So when you pivot, that back foot aligns with the short edge of the mat. You have somewhat of a heel to arch alignment. Front toes facing forward, back toes facing me or you, whatever way you're facing here. Arms are long. Good. Take a moment here. Let's shrug our shoulders into our ears, tense our face. Inhale, frustration. Exhale, we just soften. We wiggle, we relax. Good. Then inhale one more. Inhale, tense. Exhale, soften. Beautiful. Let's flip those right palms up. Gaze over middle finger. Inhale. I think that dog does not like me moving here. Reaching your fingertips up above your head. That left hand simply graces down or maybe tucks behind your back. Inhale, exalting. Finding right ribs, intercostal space is open. Then exhale, hand comes center. You might hover that right hand on your thigh. Left hand reaches up. Keeping the stance nice and strong. Front knee bent, back leg straight here. And if it feels good, you want some more activation, maybe you're going to bring that bottom arm up, almost like you're holding a beach ball. Good. And then tilt back. Exalt, hold, nice side body opener. Exhale, exalt. Yeah, good. Inhale, rise up, all the way. Exhale, hands come to your hips, and let's bend that back leg, step it forward. So now we're in the short forward stance here. We're gonna take a little bit of a twist in a moment. We're gonna inhale, stand nice and tall. Exhale, we're gonna forward fold. So you keep your legs, I'm on a little bit uneven, mostly straight here. You can have a gentle bend. If you have a block or a water bottle, might be nice to plant your hand here. So here, if you have tension in your knee, take a little micro bend because you want to feel it in your hamstring, your calf, up your glute a bit. You might take that left hand, keep it planted here. That right hand, twist just ever so gently, finding the small of your back. So now you're having compression in your right front hip flexor, a nice dull ache. Perhaps you're feeling a sensation in your left ribs, as well as a nice stretch up your right leg. Inhale one more breath. Exhale, forward fold. Plant that block. Step that back foot to meet the front. Same thing here. We're going to do inhale, half lift, just a little half sun cell. Exhale, soft knees, root, rise all the way up. And bring it right home to our heart center. Oh my gosh. Inhale when you're ready, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands can come to your heart center or to your hips. As we shift and balance our weight over to the left foot, we tuck up that right foot. Inhale. Exhale, we find a little warrior 3 if you desire. Exhale, we step back into that whoop. It's much easier when you have level ground. Find some stability for you in your life, my friend. Good. Eye on those back toes. Or planting if that ankle doesn't feel right. Inhale, lift and rise your arms up here. Beauty. Your front knee bent. Back leg straight. Inhale. And then exhale. Pivot, open, warrior 2. So same thing, adjusting here. Front heel, back arch. Left toes forward. Right toes facing away. Find a second to wiggle it out if you need to. Maybe wiggle those hips and settle into it. Arms reach out. Gaze over left middle finger. Inhale, reach long with the fingers. Exhale, tilt back to exalt. That right hand drapes down or drapes behind your back. Inhale. Exhale. Let's move to our extended side angle. Hand can hover on that thigh, hover down, or hover up. Extending back. Inhale, flow forward. Beautiful. Couple more flows. Beautiful. When you're ready, hands come to your hips, bend in that back leg, step it forward into that short forward stance, finding a bit of our pyramid pose. Inhale, reach tall with your spine. Exhale, forward folding. Gentle bend in the knees if you need. Planting, finding what feels good. Perhaps that right hand to the block. Inhale that left hand out to the side and perhaps finding the small of your back. Maybe looking over towards that left side. Again, feeling all these gentle or perhaps dull ache sensations without any pinching pain. Breathing here. Last 2 breaths. Perfect. If and when you're ready, let's release that block. Step it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, rooting to rise all the way up. Right home to your heart center. Perfect. Face me, or don't look at me, face the other way. We're going to take a nice wide leg forward fold. So legs can go out as wide as it feels good. Maybe you're angling those toes towards a corner of the mat or just facing them forward, whatever feels best in your practice. Inhale, reach tall with the spine. Exhale, hinge forward with the hips, forward fold, maybe coming into a block, a bolster. And maybe as you come down, maybe you widen your stance, maybe you're bending side to side. Finding some movement or stillness. Breathing into the back body. Feeling opening within your tailbone, your spine, your hamstring. Yeah, we're going to take a gentle twist here, friends. So 2 more breaths here. Then perhaps taking, if this is your left or your right hand, down to the mat or maybe on a surface. Then inhale. That right hand maybe comes out to the side, behind your back, or twisting all the way up so you get a nice, juicy twist without pain in your body. Breathing. Exhale when you're ready. Release that hand. Stretch it out if you need to. Then we'll move right into the other side. I'm just noticing there's bite marks on my yoga block from my child. Take your left hand out. Or up. Back to the side. Perfect. Inhale, breathe space. Yeah, last 2 breaths. Yeah, perfect, my friend. So let's switch it up and let's do sun salutation the other way. So step yourself to the other side. Release down. Root to rise all the way up. Inhale. We're going to go to full sun salutation. Exhale, hands, heart center. When you're ready, inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find your half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Find your version of plank today. I'm going to take it right on my knees. Inhale, we're going to push the floor away, draw navel into spine. You're going to shift yourself just a tiny, like half an inch forward. Inhale, exhale, little tricep push up all the way down. We're lowering down here for 3, 2, lower all the way down to your abdomen. Good, relax your head. Inhale, plant the toes and almost zip up through your inner thighs, your inner glutes, your inner core. Inhale, lift and rise, just your head and your chest off the mat. Perhaps your hands come. Planting the hands down, staying here, or rising all the way up into your up dog, or just stay in your baby cobra. Exhale, let's find child's pose or down dog. This will be your last down dog if you want to walk it out for yourself. And then I'm just switching over to look at my book here. And then find yourself in a child's pose or come up and grab a drink. We're going to move right into kind of our final twist and release here. Sorry. Beautiful. If there's anything else you need to do, please do so. Maybe rotate your wrist out. We're going to come back, just nice, juicy twist on our spine to find beautiful release. If you have a claw clip in like I do, you might need to move it out of the way. Let's take a nice cleansing breath in your nose, out your mouth. Taking a few more of those. Then bring your knees into your chest or grab underneath your kneecaps or on top and kind of shake it side to side. A couple options moving into your supine twist. If when you twist and you drop to one side and you're like hovering your legs up, plant something underneath them so you bring the earth up to your body. Don't try and like force yourself into it. But if you want to get deeper, you can also like tuck that right leg if you're falling towards the left on top, and you can just flop her over. So we're going to fall over towards the left to start. So we're going to take ourselves, shimmy your hips, inhale, lift your hips up, then exhale. You almost kind of shift them over towards the right, and then tuck those knees up, and then drop them over towards the left. So see if you can't touch, find the block or accommodation. If you need more, tuck that top leg underneath, or just simply stay. Adjusting your shoulders so they're somewhat both flat or like touching the mat, and taking your gaze towards the right side, so opposite towards your knees. In my case, looking at the sunset here. Really nice, big, juicy, deep, long breaths. I find it's hard to take deep breaths when I'm talking and yogaing at the same time. Just find what works best for you today. That's all I'm saying. It's never impossible. It's just an adjustment. How can I get there? Signaling into our body, our rest and digest, relax and unwind. Last 3 breaths on this side, perhaps feeling some clicks and gurgles in your abdomen. It's completely normal. Perfect. When you're ready, slowly bring your legs back to center. Inhale, lift those hips up, find an equilibrium. Take a breath there. Then inhale, lift your hips up, shimmy them the other way, knees tuck up, drop over towards the right. So you let yourself fall over towards the left, like your upper body. Finding space for breath. For stillness. Allowing yourself to feel feelings without feeling shame. To move through the emotions. Move through every day. Without shaming, without burning down. Just simply accepting each day as it is, each moment as this human being. Last few breaths here. When you're ready, let's just shimmy yourselves back to center. You might lay here in your final Shavasana. You might set yourself into a heart opener. You might lay with your legs out like a butterfly. Just find a variation. Put your legs with the wall if that feels good for you. Whatever it is, just coming to find stillness. I'm not turning the video off just because we're done the movement. This is a part of it too. This is what you also need, is space to be, space to rest. Even if it's for 2 whole minutes. If it feels good to you, let's inhale here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hold it. Inhale a little bit more. Then let's exhale here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Pause and hold as we inhale here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold as we exhale here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Holding, inhaling here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Holding, exhaling here for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Holding in your breathing. Find your pace. Find your flow. Find your breath. Slow and easy. You have nowhere else to be, nothing else to do but just be here. I encourage you to stay exactly as you are. If you need to start moving, move slowly. Lay on one side in a fetal position before you get up. Take a child's pose or take whatever else is calling to you today. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me today. I hope you feel a little more lighter, perhaps a little more peaceful and at ease. As always, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. May